Welcome to PsychPower. We begin at the end of the version of you that accepts mediocrity. Confidence is not a personality trait, it is a calculated psychological state. Most people spend their lives reacting to the world. A high-class mind makes the world react to them. Today, we are not just giving you tips, we are installing a new operating system for your soul. Listen closely, for the silence between these words is where your transformation begins. The architecture of the work in progress. Understand this, perfection is the ultimate prison. When you fear being wrong, you are essentially declaring that your current self is the best you will ever be. That is a tragedy. A person of high status views their life as a constant edit. You are a masterpiece under construction. Every failure is simply a brushstroke that didn't fit. Scrape it off and go again. Dissolve the ego that demands you be right, and replace it with the hunger to be better. Doe 03. The currency of experience. Knowledge without experience is merely a rumor. To build confidence that doesn't shatter under pressure, you must collect experiences like rare artifacts. Every new job, every difficult project, every unfamiliar room is a deposit into your psychological bank. You do not fear the first day because you are weak. You fear it because you are new. By day 3, the fear becomes familiarity. By day 30, it becomes mastery. Seek the new until the unknown feels like home. 04. The sovereign power of change. What are you tolerating? To stay in a situation that drains you is a silent admission that you don't believe you deserve better. This is the death of confidence. Change is the ultimate act of self-respect. It is terrifying because it requires you to step into the void. But remember, the void is where creation happens. If your environment does not reflect your ambition, you must have the courage to abrogate your current contract with life and rewrite it. 005. The discipline of micro goals. Do not look at the summit of the mountain. Look at the placement of your next step. Large goals are intimidating, and intimidation breeds procrastination. Break your ambition down into units so small, they are impossible to fail. 1 page, 1 phone call, 1 rep. Each completed task releases a neurochemical reward that tells your brain, I am a person who finishes things. This is how you build an unbreakable momentum that others will eventually call luck. The covenant of self-advice. You give brilliant advice to others because your perspective is detached. You are logical when it isn't your own skin in the game. To achieve high-class status, you must treat yourself with the same reverence you show a client or a friend. If you tell others to be brave, and yet you hide, you are living in a state of cognitive dissonance. Close the gap. Act as the mentor you wish you had. The selection of the hard road. There is a reason the top 1% is lonely. It is because the path there is arduous. Comfort is a sedative that kills potential. When faced with 2 choices, choose the one that requires more of you. The hard road builds a different kind of confidence, a rugged, battle-tested resilience that can't be bought. When you have survived the fire, you no longer fear the heat. The pillar of brutal honesty. Lies are a heavy burden. To lie to others is exhausting. To lie to yourself is fatal. Acknowledge your weaknesses without shame, but also acknowledge your strengths without apology. Confidence is simply the absence of self-deception. When you know exactly where you stand, no one can use your insecurities against you. You become unshakable because you are already aware of your flaws. The mastery of self-expression. Your voice is the bridge between your internal world and your external reality. To stifle your thoughts is to tell the world you do not matter. High-class confidence is found in the precision of speech. Say what you mean and mean what you mirror. When you avoid eye contact or stay silent in an elevator, you are confirming a fear that you are less than. Challenge this by seeking the awkward. A brief conversation with a stranger is a low-stakes battlefield where you can test your presence. Once you realize that most people are just as nervous as you, the illusion of their power dissolves. Phase 2, the internal siege. Now we go deeper. Confidence is often destroyed by the internal critic, that voice that whispers you are a fraud. Understand that this voice is not you. It is a survival mechanism designed to keep you safe and small. High-status individuals do not eliminate the critic. They outperform it every time that voice says you can't. Provide it with evidence that you just did. The psychology of posture. Your biology dictates your psychology. If you slump your shoulders and look at the ground, your brain produces cortisol, the stress hormone. If you take up space and open your chest, you produce testosterone. You cannot feel like a king while sitting like a peasant. Adjust your physical frame to match the mental frame you desire. Force your body to lead, and your mind will follow. The beauty of the atonement of effort. When you fail, and you will, do not retreat into shame. Instead, use effort as your atonement. If you lost a deal, work twice as hard on the next one. If you missed a workout, make the next one your best ever. Confidence is restored through action, not through thinking. You earn back your self-respect by showing yourself that you still have the will to fight. The grace of accepting praise. Deflecting a compliment is a sign of low self-esteem disguised as humility. It is a rejection of the other person's reality. When someone praises your work, look them in the eye and say thank you. Nothing more. Accepting praise graciously signals to everyone, including yourself, that you know your value and you are not surprised that others see it too. The illusion of the natural. We often see confident people and think they were born that way. This is a comforting lie we tell ourselves so we don't have to try. In reality, confidence is a series of scars covered by poise. Every natural you see has a history of stuttering, sweating, and shaking. They just did it so many times that the shaking stopped. Your current discomfort is the entrance fee to your future confidence. The silence of the wise. Confidence is not loud. Arrogance is loud. Insecurity is loud. High-class confidence is a quiet, steady presence. It is the person in the room who listens more than they speak. Why? Because they don't feel the need to prove their worth. They know it. Practice the power of the pause. Let others fill the silence while you remain composed. Silence is a weapon of the powerful. The boundary of self-worth. You teach people how to treat you. If you allow others to disrespect your time, your ideas, or your person, your confidence will bleed out. Setting boundaries isn't mean. It's an act of sovereignty. A person who respects themselves is inherently respected by others. Do not be afraid to say no to anything that diminishes your spirit. The vulnerability of the strong. Paradoxically, the most confident thing you can do is admit you don't know everything. Pretending to be perfect is a fragile mask. Admitting you are learning is an act of supreme confidence. It shows that you are so secure in your potential that you don't need to lie about your current status. Vulnerability is the ultimate high-class trait because it requires zero defense. The momentum of the morning. How you start your day is a prophecy for how you will live your life. If you spend your first hour reacting to emails and social media, you are playing defense. If you spend it in deep work, meditation, or physical training, you are playing offense. Confidence is built in the early hours before the world wakes up. Win the morning, and the day belongs to you. The legacy of action. At the end of your life, you will not regret the times you tried and failed. You will only regret the times you were too afraid to try. Confidence is the gift you give to your future self. It is the refusal to let "what if" be your final thought. Every act of courage today is a stone in the monument of your legacy. Phase 3, the social sovereign. We now enter the realm of mastery. High-class confidence is not just internal, it is a social force. It is the ability to walk into any room and change the atmosphere. This starts with the eye contact protocol. Do not look away first. This isn't about aggression, it's about presence. It says, "I am here, and I am not intimidated by your gaze." The art of the controlled reaction. When something goes wrong in public, how do you react? If you panic, you lose status. If you remain calm and solve the problem with a smile, your status skyrockets. People are attracted to those who can remain centered in a storm. Your calm is your power. Practice being the person who breathes when everyone else is gasping. The rejection of victimhood. There is no status in being a victim. While life may be unfair, focusing on that unfairness is a waste of your cognitive energy. A confident mind asks one question. Given the situation, what is my best move? This shift from "why me" to "what next" is the hallmark of a high achiever. You are the protagonist, not the bystander. The dress code of the soul. While we focus on internal work, do not ignore the external. Dressing well is a form of good manners, and it is a form of self-respect. When you look like someone who is in control of their life, people treat you that way. This creates a feedback loop that reinforces your confidence. Put on the armor that reflects the person you are becoming. The elimination of comparison. Comparison is the thief of joy and the killer of confidence. But in a high-class mind, there is no competition because there is no one else doing exactly what you are doing. Your path is unique. The only person you are permitted to compare yourself to is the person you were yesterday. If you are better than that person, you are winning. The power of yet. This is a simple linguistic trick used by the elite. Never say "I can't do this." Say "I can't do this yet." That one word transforms a dead end into a journey. It acknowledges your current limitation while affirming your future potential. It is the language of a person who knows that growth is inevitable. The curation of your circle. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. If your circle is full of doubters and complainers, your confidence will never reach its peak. Seek out those who are further ahead than you. Be the least confident person in the room so that you can absorb the energy of those who have already mastered the game. The meditation on mortality. Confidence comes when you realize that life is short and the opinions of others are fleeting. In 100 years, no one will remember that you tripped during a speech or that you were rejected by a crush. This perspective provides a holy indifference. If the consequences of failure are temporary, then why not be bold? The final transformation. You have the tools. You have the psychology. You have the blueprint. The only thing left is the leap. Confidence is not something you feel before you do the hard thing. It is something you feel after you have done it. Stop waiting for the feeling and start doing the work. The feeling will find you on the other side of your fear. The birth of PsychPower. You are now equipped with the 10 commandments of unstoppable confidence, repeated and refined over 30 minutes of deep psychological immersion. Go out into the world and test these truths. Become the architect of your own status. If you found power in this session, subscribe to PsychPower. We don't just build confidence, we build legacies. The world is waiting for your presence. Thank you for your time.